talk about my race strategy for my 50-mile trail run coming up in 21 days. So I just ran a training run there with a bunch of people. We did 20 miles and they were the 20 hardest miles of the race. We went up all four peaks, and yes, I was feeling it at the end of the day. We didn't have any sort of aid stations at all during this 20 miles, and it was really hot. So by the end of it, we were all feeling it. One of the runners got really hurt. And we did it in about 5 hours, a little over 5 hours. There's a lot of stopping and walking. And when I got to my car, I was just like trying to wrap my mind around the fact that I have to run 50 miles in 14 hours to not DNF. And I was just trying to mentally put it into a plan so that on race day I have a specific plan so I know that I can actually do this. And I couldn't really figure out the race map, and I sat down and looked at it yesterday, and all of a sudden it just clicked and I went, I get it now. Now I get it. So the race day, we are going to be running the 20-mile loop that we ran last Saturday. I already did it. I know I can do it in about 5 hours. And then there is a 10-mile loop completely separate from that that doesn't have all those crazy hills, so it will be an easier 10 miles. Easy is relative. And then we do that 20-mile loop again, but backwards. So that really hard climb up Hogsback, we will be running down it. And the easier climb down the first hill, Sugarloaf, will be an up climb. So that'll be around mile 45, and that will probably be the hardest part of the race. So I started thinking about in my mind that I will be running past my car at mile 20 and mile 30. So if I need anything, I have those two spots to change or grab stuff, plug in a watch, etc., grab batteries. And then I started thinking about time at 14 hours. If I can finish the first 30 miles, the first 20 loop and the 10 loop in 8 hours or less, that gives me 6 or more hours to run the last 20 miles. That sounds doable. Then I have to run about, if I can run around 4 to 4.5 miles an hour average or faster during any of those straight stretches where there isn't hills, then I can definitely do this in 14 hours, but it's going to hurt bad. So there was a guy that, through our discussions, we found out that he was vegan, and I kind of asked him about it, and he didn't really have much to say, and I think he just didn't want to just put any sort of attention on him, which is understandable. I think he's definitely going to be in one of the top 10 because he was crazy that day. And I asked him about fueling for his races, and he said he's been doing back-to-back 30 miles on his weekends, Saturday doing 30, Sunday doing 30, and he has trails to train on, and I'm just like, oh, jeez. I feel like I did my 62 miles race, and I really haven't been pushing myself since then. So since Saturday, I've kind of put a fire under my butt, and when I go out for runs now, I am pushing myself, hottest part of the day, sweating my ass off, pushing myself to being uncomfortable and feeling kind of sick, just so that on race day I'm used to suffering. I want to be used to suffering. So my strategy lately has been go to the gym, get some hills in and lifting one day. The next day do a longer push myself till I feel like I'm going to puke run. So last Wednesday I did really hard hour in the gym on my legs, and the next day my legs were really sore. Didn't care. I went out and ran 20 miles and did a negative split, and I pushed myself at the end of that 20 miles until I felt kind of sick. And I just, like I said, I have to get myself used to suffering, and I did it again. I went to the gym yesterday, did some hardcore lifting. Today went out and ran 13 miles, pushed myself hard during the middle of the day when it's hot, because I want to make sure I'm used to the heat as well. So I have 21 days. I'm trying to just kick my ass into gear, put a fire under my ass, so that when I finally can kind of taper, I am obviously going to eventually take it easier. I have 21 days. That my body is ready to suffer, because I can't DNF. I want to do this 50 miles and finish with more than a second left to spare. I would love to finish it under 14 hours. 13:58, whatever. But I have been having problems with blisters. I had one of my viewers ask me about blisters, and I was like, it's probably just your shoes, you know, because I've never had problems with blisters. Well, during my 15-hour ultra, yeah, I had a problem with blister. I took a picture. It's pretty gross. So then when I was online and Running Warehouse had a sale, and I saw the HOKAs. The HOKAs on sale, and yes, I bought a pair for $99 on sale from like $170 or something. I tried them out on some easy trails here, on a road run here, and I wore them during that 20-mile training run last Saturday, and I still got blisters where that one blister on my right toe ended up peeling away to some new skin, and yeah, it was painful. So, because a viewer asked me about blisters and said that they went and bought some sort of lubrication, I didn't even know they sold this stuff. I no clue. Anyways, so I bought this stuff. It's called Trail Toes. It was like $12 on Amazon. I've tried it out so far. I did a little quick video. I tried it out before my 20-miler, but I didn't put it on all of my feet, so I ended up getting a new blister in a new spot where I didn't put it. So today I put it all over my foot for my 13-mile run and did pretty good. Then I went to sockaddict.com and I bought some Wright socks. These are double layer socks. I just got them in the mail today, and they are the anti-blister sock. So race day, I have 2 pairs of these. Obviously I'm going to wear this, lube them up, have the lube at my car, so when I pass my car at mile 20, mile 30, if I need it, to need to change, whatever, I will bring my other trail shoes in case the HOKAs aren't feeling so good. But you know what? These felt like pillows on my feet going on the down, because whenever you're hitting like a big rock or whatever, with my other shoes I could feel it. These, you know, they look like they're so heavy, but they're not that much heavier. So I think this is going to help. I will do a review on them when I'm done with the race. I would have already done a review, but I don't feel like I fully have figured it out if I like them or not, or if I feel like they have worked because of the blister problem. So it's wasn't the shoes, it's the fact that I'm running on trails. Besides that, I have been changing my nutrition strategy a little bit. I've been eating a little bit more fat, a little bit more protein, a little bit less calories for my runs to try to get my body to tap into my body fat. So come race day, when I do give it that extra push of those gels and sugars into my system, my body will be that much more adapted to it. And when I say less calories, I'm talking like 200 less a day. It's very nutritionally insignificant, but it's just enough that my body needs to pull from my fat stores a little bit instead of my glucose stores. So besides that, mentally, when I'm running, like today when I was running, I just saw myself running out there in the woods finishing. So I keep seeing myself finish on time, and I see the clock, 7-8 hours, I'm passing that 30-mile mark, and I have 6-7 hours to finish the last 20 miles. So in my mind, I'm doing it. I'm constantly doing it, and I will do it. Visualization is actually a really good way to get your mind and your body pumped up to finish and to push yourself. So when I'm in the throes of some pain during a workout, I'm just putting myself out in the woods and finishing this race. So besides that, I'm trying to get as much sleep as possible, keep my nutrition as high as possible, and just being positive as much as possible. So stay tuned, guys. 21 days. I'm going to try to make as many videos as possible to show you how I am mentally and physically preparing. I still have a full-time job that loves to give me swing shifts. Sleep is the most important thing to an athlete, right next to nutrition. So that is what I'm focusing on. Sleep, 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 nutrition. And obviously suffering as much as possible during my training runs. So anyways, guys, I hope that helped. If you are thinking about racing, I'm getting ready for racing, or just to see how I am getting ready for this crazy, crazy race, I've been telling people that I'm going to find God in 21 days because this is going to hurt and it's going to change me yet again. So I'm excited, I'm scared, I'm nervous, and I can't believe it's in 21 days. So stay tuned for my next adventure. Thank you guys so much for watching.
Digging your ditch, 'cause I'm